Hey everyone, bear with me. I'm just trying to do a little setup. There we go. Getting ready. Hi everybody. Bear with me. A little bit of shade. We're gonna make this work. See that there's some people on. Just waiting a few more minutes. Here we go. Hi guys, it's Cheryl Fisher here with Cedar Run Wildlife Refuge, and I'm bringing you your Saturday surprise. Anybody want to guess what the surprise might be today? Since it's raining outside, I'm a little drenched because our animals need to get fed around here too. So I had to feed the raptors outside, and we have lots of animals that live inside as well. Can you think about what types of animals might be living inside? I don't know if you guys have visited us before, but these are animals that normally we don't see outside in the colder weather or when it's raining like this, but we do see them when it warms up and when it is a very dry day. So what kind of animals do you think we might be seeing today? I do have two right here waiting to meet you. And let's start. Nobody wants to guess? Hi Courtney, hi Aaron. I see you guys. It's just me, so I don't have a videographer. Hi, thanks guys. So it's just me and my camera and stacked onto a few boxes, but I'm doing the best I can over here. So here in New Jersey, we actually have 22 species of snakes. Yes, 22 species of snakes here in New Jersey. While there's 3,000 around the world, we only have 22. But here at Cedar Run, we can see many of those species just if we take a walk. Now don't be afraid of any of these snakes, so I'm gonna change your mind about some of these animals, hopefully today. Now, these animals, they don't have arms and legs to reach out and scratch you or kick you or grab a hold of you. So I always think it's kind of silly that people are afraid of snakes. So snakes, before I bring one out, they are actually all backbone. A lot of people think that they have a long tail. Now their long tail is actually just right here. That's their tail. The rest where you see ribs, that is just like your backbone. And if you feel side, you feel down your side here, you guys can feel that you have ribs. You don't have as many as a snake, as you can see. The snake has many ribs and a short little tail. These poor things are helpless, so we need to help them. And Cedar Run, we are all advocates of protecting all wildlife, and not just snakes, but we have a great appreciation for snakes as well. So some of our resident animals have to stay here. They were either raised in captivity or they had a permanent injury. Now, both of these animals that you're gonna see today were hatched in captivity. And I'm gonna show you our native one right now. Bear with me. Now, his name is Oren. Oren actually means pine tree in Hebrew. Now Oren, hey buddy, is a native species. You gonna say hi, bud? This is Oren. Let's see if we can get his face. Hey buddy. He says hi. Everybody say hi, Oren. So Oren here, he is a pine snake. Now this is a snake that we should find commonly here at Cedar Run, but we don't. These guys are a threatened species here in New Jersey. Hey, buddy. They're a threatened species here in New Jersey, one, because habitat destruction, and he looks a lot like maybe a venomous snake. If you don't know what a venomous snake is, compared to a regular snake, you should probably just leave it alone. Now, one of the characteristics of the pine snake is that white belly, and they have that black and white spotting on its back. He's stealing my heat right now. You can see he's tying himself up in the ground. Hey, bud. Just so he doesn't fall. And they have that black tongue. Now, if you ever see a snake that looks like this out in the wild, please don't walk up to it. And of course, do not poke it with a stick because that just makes them angry. Now, these guys are perfectly helpless. Hey, bud, he doesn't want to go back. He just wants to come out and play. I don't know if you guys can see him. So he is definitely on the go today. Hey, bud. I'm going to come over here. He got himself wrapped up in my chair. There you go. There you are. As you can see, he's very energetic, so I'm just going to put him back because I have one that's a little more lazy. Oren, you go in here for now. Thanks, buddy. Now, Oren, out in nature, he would eat frogs, toads, little mammals like chipmunks. He is very active today. It's very funny. But here in the Pinelands, we should see more of these guys. They have this wonderful pointed head that helps the sand just roll right off of them. They are perfectly adapted for moving underneath the leaf litter that we have here. Now this one is a non-native species, and she's lived here for a long time. She came to Cedar Run about 20 years ago, and the story goes that somebody moved into a house here in Medford, and they had left behind a piano. And under the piano, they found this beautiful creature that we named Mozart. Hi, Mozart. There you go. So Mozart here, Mozart will eat frozen mice. Thanks, Aaron. Frozen mice, sometimes some frozen chicks. It's kind of like a chicken nugget. But they only eat about once a month, so they don't eat much. This is a ball python. Oh, you can do snakes. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. But hopefully I can change your mind about snakes. So this ball python here came to us over 20 years ago, and somebody had either left out when they moved out. But these are a popular pet that you'll find at the pet stores, but you can see how big they get. Look how big. There she is. She's pretty big. I'm also about 6 feet tall, and you know, my wingspan's about 6 feet. So you can see that she is a pretty big ball python. So when they tell you at the store that, oh, they stay small, they don't. They don't, hey. And they do tend to be a little docile, which makes them pretty good pets. But I think it's really important for you guys to understand that you do have to feed them meat. They do have to eat mice. They have to eat things that they would eat out in the wild. Now, while she's not a New Jersey native, this is an animal that's found in Western and Central Africa. She's just loving it. Hi, guys. Oh, Mozart. I love that. Oh, hi, Mozart, but no thank you. No. They say she was in the piano, under the piano. She was in a sunny spot. Could you imagine moving into a house and finding this? What a treat, right? No, I don't think I'd like to find that either. But Mozart here, she's living happily ever after here at Cedar Run. She is one of our educators, one, because she is a very calm snake. There you go, say hi. No? They have very smooth skin. They're not as scaly as Oren because they live in a very different environment naturally. Take a look at her. So what we call these on their bottom side, we call these scutes. And it helps them scoot themselves along, so to say. These are also called royal pythons because, let's face it, they are pretty royal. Yeah, you're a good girl. You want to go back? I'm going to tell them how you take your skin off. Now, they don't take all of their skin off, but they do shed their skin. So we shed our skin all day long, every day. These guys only do it once in a while. So this is a skin shed. There you go. There you go. You guys see it? Here's a skin shed. Now, they have to rub themselves against a rock or a twig or something rough. You can kind of see. It feels a lot like plastic. It probably sounds like plastic too. So I'm going to put this glove on and I'm going to show you how they actually take their skin off. So it's like taking a sock off. So they just kind of get a rough edge and they pull and they pull. And what happens is the skin ends up going inside out and they pull it inside out just like that. So when you find a skin shed, you're usually finding it inside out. And some can take it off in pieces, and sometimes you're lucky and you can find one that's whole, where it has its entire face. I think this one's a pretty good one. This is a very good one. So you can see those scutes really well right there. You can see the scales on top. Oh, hi Barb, how are you? Oh, why is it that color? Oh, so this is just its outer skin. All the melanin and the coloring in your skin is deep in the layers. So the top is just that outer skin where it's dead skin. Now I have another sample here where it does have a little bit of color in it. So you guys can see that this one's a little darker on top. This one's just from a different species. So this one has a little bit of melanin in that top layer, but the lower layers are where the color really is. This is just that dry skin, just like if you get that powdery white skin on top. White skin. I don't know, I think that was pretty cool. So one other thing that I was going to show you, so I don't know if I have any little kitties out there, but I have a little activity for you. So if your kids are bored, and I like doing this too. So here we do birthday parties and we do all different kinds of activities. I had a little friend help me with this. So all you need is a paper plate, scribble on it, color it, because snakes come in many different colors. As you saw, Mozart was kind of brown and black. They also come in many different colors because they're privately bred. And our pine snake, they generally have that light gray color, but just know snakes have many different colors. So feel free to scribble away. Now, all you have to do to take your own Mozart or your Oren home, I know some of you guys don't like snakes out there, but this is a very friendly snake, or it's going to be at least. So just take your paper plate, you can color both sides, you can do it any way you want, it doesn't have to be perfect, and you just slowly keep cutting in a circle. And just keep going. Now their body gets thicker, 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 thicker in the middle, and their heads, which are pretty amazing, they can actually swallow food whole. It's a lot like you being able to swallow a watermelon whole. They have an amazing ability to open their mouth by unhinging it here, here, and here to swallow their prey whole. So I'm just going to cut a little notch out. So they have a teeny little neck and a teeny little head, but they're able to swallow something twice as big as their widest part. So now, this one looks a little more like Mozart because she's kind of fat in the middle. And they can actually, their teeny little head, they can swallow twice as much, or twice as fat as their fattest part. So I think that's pretty cool. But if you wanted to make your own little Mozart, or your own little Oren, you can do that. And there's your little snake. And you can see you've got scutes on the bottom, you've got scales on the top, and I have one more way to show you how they can actually swallow. So my skeleton here, this one has the jaw detaching here, and they also can break apart that hinge a little bit, so they can use these almost like teeth. They don't chew their food, and they just take that apart and swallow their food whole. I think that's kind of incredible. So like I said, hopefully I have developed a few new snake lovers here. Just know, if you're going to keep snakes as pets, they do live between 30 and 50 years. They need very large enclosures, and animals like Oren, they are native animals. They cannot be kept as pets here in New Jersey. So these are wildlife ambassadors for Cedar Run, and maybe you'll get to see them again. We do travel around. Hopefully after this whole thing is over, we'll see you at one of the local libraries. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to send some questions to this link. And I'm happy to see you guys all online. Thank you so much for visiting today. Bye.